Hello viewers, welcome to Mobile Maths with Kamchirang. So today I want us to look at June 2019 paper 2. Okay, so let's get started. First question is saying write down the next term in the sequence. You find out we have got 1 over 3, 2 over 4, 3 over 5 and 4 over 6. If you look at the top numbers, they are increasing by 1. At the bottom numbers, they are also increasing by 1. Meaning to say our next term is going to be, we say 4 plus 1 at the top over 6 plus 1 at the bottom, which is 5 over 7. That will be our answer. Let's go to the next question. Express 10 as a sum of two different prime numbers. You find out our prime numbers, we've got 2, 3, 5, 7, and so on. Okay, so the numbers, a combination of numbers that I can take and add to 10, you find out I've got 3 and 7 there. If I add 3 plus 7, I get a 10. So we can get 3 plus a 7 there. These are the two prime numbers that we can have, and they add up to 10 there. Let's go on to the next question. The next question is saying increase $105 by 12%. So what it means is this. We can say, since we want to increase by 12% there, we can say 100 plus 12 there over 100, which is the original. Okay, then we multiply by the number of dollars that we have, 105. So this will be 112 over 100 times $105. Okay, like that. And if you divide these numbers, 5 can go into this one, 20 times 5 can go into this one, 21, and we can still divide 10 here, 5 remainder 1, 6 there, 52. So we now have like 56 times 21 over a 10. If you multiply and you divide, you get your increase by 12% as 117.60. Okay, you find out for money we have 2 decimal places there. Let's move on. We are now asked for Tentai and Chipo to share 105 in the ratio of 4:3 in that order. So we want to find what is Tendai's share and what is Chipo's share. So you can find Tendai's share. So it means Tentai, since we said it's that order, Tentai S to Chipo, the ratio is 4:3. Then our total ratio is equal to 4 plus 3, we get a 7. So to get Tendai's share, we can say 4 over 7 times the money, which is 105.00, there we divide. If we divide this one, we'll get 7 there, 1, 7 remainder 3, 5 there, 0.00 times 15 times 4 there. You find out Tentai, we have got 4 times 15.00, which will give us $60. Okay, that's for Tentai. Then if I want for Chipo, I can as well use the ratio and say 3 over 7 times the money, which is 105.00 there, and I'll get here another 15.00. Then I multiply 3 times $15 and I'll get a 45. So this is another way of doing it. Or else, since you now have Tentai's money, which is 60, and the total was 105, you can subtract 60 from that and you get automatically Chipo's share, which is $45. So that's another way of doing it. Let's go to number 2. Number 2 is saying that we have sine theta is equals to 40 degrees. Find the two possible values of theta. So the two possible values are going to be lying between 0 and 180 degrees. So you find out that we can have a trig identity which says sine theta is equal to cos 90 minus theta. Okay, like that. So this part here is going to give us sine 40. So what are we subtracting at the end of the day? You find out I can say cos 90 minus a 50 here, I'll get cos 40 degrees, which is this part here. So when this happens, it means my theta is 50 degrees. So our sine theta becomes 50 degrees there. Okay, so we can say the first theta value there is 50. Then to get another value of theta, we can use the quadrants. You find out this one that we have calculated, the 50, lies in the first quadrant, which is all the trigs. Then the other one, sine, will lie in the second quadrant. Okay, so for you to find that, you find out sine 50 degrees. If you punch in your calculator, you get 0.7660. Then which other number can we have? I would like to do it this way. I can say the other number is 180 degrees minus 50 there. Okay, then I'll get my 130. That's how I normally do it. So at the end of the day, if you say sine 130 degrees, you also find 0.7660, which is the same as the sine 50. So the values that we are looking for are 50 degrees and 130 degrees then. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, for this part of the question, we are saying we have a diagram ABC, and we have AP is perpendicular, so there's a 90 degrees there. I can as well add another 90 degrees there. And we are also told AB, the value there, and angles, we are also told. So the first question is saying, calculate the length AP. So we want to find this side here, AP. Okay, so from what we are given there, you find out we are given, this is an opposite, and the side that we are looking, sorry, the first one was hypotenuse. This is hypotenuse, guys. This is hypotenuse, and the side we are looking for is the opposite side. Okay, and we also have this angle. And we have what we call Chashaw. I normally use Chashaw towel. Okay, so the one that we have hypo and opposite is the shore there. So I can say sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So my sine theta is 37. So sine 37 is equal to opposite, that's AP there, over my hypo, which is 9.4. Okay, so to get my AP, I can multiply both sides by 9.4 by 9.4 here. Okay, so this will cancel and I'll get my AP is equal to 9.4, this side here, times sine 37 degrees. Okay, so if I punch in my calculator, you find out our AP is going to be equal to 5.657 centimeters. Okay, so that's the value of our AP then. Let's move on to the next one. It's now saying calculate the length of AC. AC. Okay, so I can redraw this. Let me redraw this so that we just have the diagram. So I have AC. This is my A, this is my C. And we have calculated AP there, and we said it's 5.657 57. I have deliberately used these numbers so that we don't round off our numbers. And we have 42 degrees there. And this is also a 90. Okay, so such a triangle, we can use it to find the side we are looking for. In this case is our hypotenuse. This is our hypo, guys. Okay, and we are given an adjacent. Going to our Chasho Tower, you find out we are now going to use Cha, which is cos. So cos theta is equal to our adjacent over our hypotenuse. So it's going to be cos 42 degrees is equal to adjacent 5.657 over our hypo, which is our AC, the one that we are looking for. Now to get that side, we can multiply both sides by AC. Then this side, they are going to cancel off each other. And we divide by cos 42 so that we remain with AC that side. So I'm going to divide by cos 42 degrees both sides. This side they cancel, so we now have AC is equal to 5.657 divided by cos 42 degrees. Okay, so cos 42 degrees will give us, this is 0.7431. So we are dividing 5.657 divided by 0.743. You find out our AC is going to be equal to 7.612 centimeters. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, we are done with that one, so we can move on to the next question. The next question is saying, in the diagram above, ABC are points on the circumference of a circle, center O, and we are given the angle at the center and the angle at the circumference. So the one that we want to find, they are saying write down an expression. An expression is not a value there. In terms of y, for reflex A or C. A or C. So basically what we are looking for is this angle here. Okay. So that angle, for us to find that angle, I can use two methods. I can say this angle at the circumference is going to be twice the angle at the center there. That's our circle geometry. So I can say 2 by 4y plus a 4 there. That will be the value of the reflex angle. So it will be like 8y plus 8 there. Then another method, I can say, using this 3y there, angles at a point, they add up to 360. So to get the reflex angle, I can say 360 degrees minus 3y is going to give me this angle there. So this will be another formula, this one. So either of these, in terms of y, will be correct. Now we are asked, find the value of y. So for us to find the value of y, those two methods, they will give us the same answer. So we can as well equate those two expressions and say 360 minus 3y is going to be equal to 8y plus 8. Then we solve. So when I'm solving, I can take 3y this side and 8 there, that side, and they change their signs. So it's going to be 360 minus 8 is equal to 8y plus 3y. 360 minus 8, I'll get 352 is equal to 8 plus 3, we get 11y. So I'll divide by 11 both sides. 11 here, 3 remainder 2, 22, 2 there. So our y value is equals to 32 degrees. That's the value of our y. Let's go to number 3. We are told that Chariro bought $7 for 91.0 puller from a bank. Now we want to find the exchange rate in terms of $1 as to how many pullers. So I can use ratios there, and I can say my $7 as to 91.70 puller. And then when I have $1, it is going to be less this side. So when it's less, I can say this is going to be 1/7 times the 91.70 pullers there. 7 there, 1, 7 into 9, 1 remainder, 2, 7 into 21, that's a 3 remainder, 7 into 7, 1, 0. So you find out the answer there is going to be 13, these are pullers, it's going to be 13.10 puller. So the ratio now in terms of dollar to puller is going to be $1 as to 13.10 puller. So this will be your final answer there. Okay, let's move on to the next question. The bank charged the 1% commission for the transaction. Calculate the amount of money Tariro received. So for you to get the amount of money, you can calculate 1%. You can calculate 1% of $7. So you can even say 1/100 times the money, $7. Then you get 0.07. This is the commission. Then for you to get the amount that she's going to receive, you are going to say from the $7, we subtract 0.07 there. So she's going to get $6.93. This is one way of doing it. Another way of doing it, since we are the bank is taking 1% commission, you can say the amount she was going to get was $7, which is 100%. So the amount that now she's going to get is going to be 100% minus 1% over 100. Then you multiply by $7. So this one will get you the value straightforward. So it's going to be 99/100 times the $7 there. Okay, then you get your money direct. You get your 6.93 straightforward. Okay, let's go on to the next question. In a sale, the original price of a suit is reduced by 16%, okay, to 210. Calculate the original price of the suit before the sale. So for this question now, you can say the original, if you want to get the original price, we can say there's 16% reduction. So if we say 100 minus 16% reduction there, this is 100%, we get 84%. Okay, so this is the money. So for you to get the original now, we can say original was 100%. So we can say 100% over 84% times the money, which is 210. Then we'll get our money. If you punch in your calculator, you should get yourself $250. Okay, so this is another way of doing it. Let's move on. William invested P dollars. Okay, then at a rate of 3% per annum, simple interest. After 5 years, he got 2010 simple interest. Calculate the value of P there. So our P basically there is our principal. So we use the formula interest is equal to principal times rate times time over 100. Okay. Then we want to find P, so we can automatically, if we want, we can make P the subject of formula from there. So I can multiply here by 100, here by 100. Okay. So it's going to be this side, they cancel off each other. So it's going to be 100 I there is equals to P RT. Then we want P, so we can divide by RT there, by RT there. So our P is equal to 100I over P over RT there. So now we can substitute the values that we have. You find out our I, in this case, is 20. This is our interest, okay? And so I can write here P is equals to 100 times 2010 over our rate in this case is 3. This is our rate, 3% there, okay? Then our T is 5 years. So we can say divided by 3 times 5, which is 15. So at the end of the day, this becomes 201,000 over 15. And if you punch in your calculator, you get yourself 13,400 there. This is the interest. Okay, let's move on to the next question. John invested, so we are now told that John invested $600 for 3 years at 4% per annum compound. So this is now talking about compound interest. Calculate the total amount he received after 3 years. So for this one, we use the formula. The total amount, we can say the total amount is going to be equal to our principal by our 1 plus interest to the power of n, okay, of which our n here are the years and our I there, this is our percentage there, okay, per annum. So substituting, we get our P is 600, 1 plus our I is 4 over 100, so I can simply divide 4 over 100. I is equal to 4 over 100, which is equal to 0.04. So we can just write 0.04 here to the power of 3 years there. Then we can now simplify 600 times 1.04 to the power of 3. Okay, if we punch in, we'll get our total amount to be 600. This is going to be 674.92. Okay, so this is the value that I'm getting there. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, this question is saying, express this fraction in its simplest form as a single fraction. So you find out this 3 there, we can write it as 3 over 1. Then we say minus x plus 2 over x minus 1. Now we have to have a common denominator. Our common denominator is going to be x minus 1. Then we now say 3 into this one. Then we get the remainder there. So it's going to be like 3 is going to multiply this whole thing there. X minus 1. Then minus 1 there. Multiplying x plus 2 there. Okay, like this. Then we simplify and remove the brackets. So this is going to be 3x minus 3 minus x. Then minus 2 over x minus 1. Okay. Simplifying, we take the like terms together, the x's together, x and this one. So 3x minus x there, we are going to get a 2x. Minus 3 and minus 2, we get a minus 5 over x minus 1. So this is our final answer as in simplest form. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question, these are functions. They are saying we are given that function of f of x is that, and f of g of x is that, and h of x is that. Now they are saying find the values of x when we have function of x is equals to function of g of x. So basically, when we have such a question like this, we are just equating this form to this form there. So we can write x squared plus 3x minus 8 is equal to 3x plus 1. Then we simplify and take all the other terms, this one to this side. So we get 3x squared plus x squared plus 3x. Then this is going to be minus 3x minus 8 minus 1 is now equal to a 0 that side. This will get us a 0. So we have x squared minus 8 minus 1, we get minus 9, which is equals to 0. Then at this point, we have a perfect square. So when we have a perfect square, we get our x minus 3 and x plus 3 as our functions. So the value of x are going to be either x minus 3 is equals to 0 or x plus 3 is equal to a 0. So solving this part, you find out x is going to be equal to 3, or x, solving this other part, x is equal to minus 3. So these are the two values of x. We are done. Let's move on to the next part. The next part is now saying find the value of x given that f of h of x is 0.25. So we are going to take h of x, which is this one. H of x is 2 to the power of x. So let's write h of x is 2 to the power of x is now equal to 0.25. Okay. You find out 0.25 is the same as 25 over, I said when we have such decimal numbers, you can divide it by 2 zeros there, the numbers that are after the comma. So we can divide this by 100. And we reduce this to 1 over a 4. 25 there is 4. So we can rewrite 2x is equal to 1 over 4 like that. 1 over 4, we can say 4 there is the same as 1 over 2 to the power of 2. Okay, it's still the same as equal to 2 to the power of x. And whenever we have something being divided by 1 over, we can take 2 to the power of minus 2. This is the same thing. So when I get to this point where I'm saying 2 to the power of x is equals to 2 to the power of minus 2, you find out I now have same base there. When I have same base, I can equate the powers. So I can say my x is equal to a minus 2 there. This is our answer. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, this question is now saying make x the subject, express x in terms of a, b, d. So basically we are making x the subject of formula there. So first thing we do, we remove this square root sign. So you find out square root sign, I can rewrite square root sign is the same thing as to the power of half. So I can say ax plus b to the power of half is equal to a d like that. To remove the half, I can multiply by 2 over 1. And when I do this on the left side, I'll also do on the right side. So I can multiply d to the power of 2 over 1 like that. Of which 2 over 1 is the same as 2. Remember from the 3 that we did previously there. So on the left side, they cancel off each other and will remain with ax plus b is now equal to d squared. We can remove the b and we take it this side, it changes sign and becomes negative. So we have ax is equal to d squared minus b. We don't want an a there, so we are going to divide by a here, and we also divide an a on that other side. So this a and this a cancels off each other. So at the end of the day, our x is going to be equal to d squared minus b over an a, like that. Okay, let's move on to the next question. This question we are going to use, we are going to do construction. Okay. So let's do our construction. So the first question is saying construct A, B, C. So we are constructing a triangle there, and we are given the dimensions there that AB is going to AB and BC are all going to be equal to each other. And they are going to be 7 centimeters there. And then there's an angle ABC, which is going to be 120. So basically, the first thing that I normally recommend is to draw a sketch. So I can have a sketch like this, and I have to first of all draw this angle there when I'm doing this. So drawing the angle, we said 120 can be constructed using 60 degrees. So I can say this is my B, and I can construct then my 120. So 120 is this side. Okay. Then I can have my A here, which is 7 centimeters. Then here, 7 centimeters there. B to C, 7 centimeters. So this is my C. So this is my triangle there. So this is my sketch. So we can as well do the same on the given space there. Let's do that. So first of all, we construct our straight line. We mark our point A, B there. Okay, we measure 7 centimeters. So this is our 7 centimeters, and this is our A there. Okay, then we now want to construct our C. We said for our C, we are going to construct our C. So we construct our C 60 degrees this way, like that. Okay, so this is the 60 degrees. Our angle is 120 here, like that. Then we measure again 7 centimeters on this point here. You find out our 7 centimeter is there. That's where our C is. Now we join point C to point A. Okay, so I'm going to join these two together. This is not straight. Okay, like that. So we have constructed the triangle. Now let's go and answer the next question that is coming. So we have answered this part. Now they're saying bisect angle. So when they do this B dash there, it means we are bisecting angle that is on B. Okay, so let's go and bisect them. So for bisecting B, you come and draw arcs there using your compass. Then you draw another arc there like that. Then you join this point and this point at the center there. So we are going to have something like this. This is not a straight line. Okay, so this is a bisector such that when we are just dividing 120 degrees into half, this side should be 60 and this side should be 60 when you do this correctly. Okay, let's move on to the next question. The next question is saying perpendicular bisector of BC. So when it's a line like this, we are just dividing. We are just, let's go and do it. Bisecting of BC. BC. So this is our BC. Okay, B and C. So you draw your arcs, this side and that side, your arcs, this side and that side. Then we have a half. We are going to draw a center there, such that the distance from there should be equal to the distance this side here. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So this is the bisector there. The next question is saying point D is on the same side as AB, as C, and is such that AD is 7 centimeters. Okay, and then it is 45 degrees from A then. Okay, so we have to construct this 45 degrees and we also have the AD 7 centimeters. Let's do that. Okay, so for this one, we can say at this point here, we want to construct 45 degrees. 45 degrees, we get our 45 degrees by drawing arc here, arc there. And then we draw we first of all construct our 90 degrees. So this is our 90 degrees. I can even have a straight line there. Then I can bisect this 90 degrees like we did for 120 degrees there. Then I can have my 45 there, which is more like this one. Okay, so this is my 45 degrees there. Okay, now we have done that, and they are talking about from C to D. So D basically here is lying on this point here. D is lying on this line there. But where exactly we have now to measure we now have to measure 7 centimeters on our ruler, and then we construct a line, we mark a point from C. So you find out 7 centimeters from C here is going to be here. Okay, then we join these points together. Okay, so this is our D there. like that. Okay, so we are done with that part. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is saying mark D. So we have done this. We've already marked. We've constructed that one. So we are now on the last part of the question. Shade the region inside the triangle on the same side of AB as C, which contains the points which are nearer BC than BA and nearer B than C. Okay, fine. Let's go and see this condition. Okay, so you find out for this condition now, I am going to shade, we are saying it's going to be on the same side as AB. So it's going to be this side there, okay, that's AB, and SC, okay, on the top there, like that, okay. Let's move on. Then they are saying the points are nearer to BC, okay, and BA and nearer to B than C. Okay, so you find out the points which we can shade is this area here. We can shade this area here. Okay, this is the area that we are shading, and this satisfies the condition about, because it's nearer to B, which is this one, than C. Okay, so that's how we answer this one. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is saying that the universal set has subsets P and Q. So if I'm to draw this universal set, it means I can have a universal set of P and Q like that, or of P intersection P and Q like that. And this is the universal, this is the universal. Okay, fine. Then they are saying for this one, n of universal is 59, and n of P is 15, n of Q is 35. Then they are saying this last part, which is very important. The number that are not in P union Q are 9. So the number that are outside there are 9. Okay. And you find out for P, we said it's 15, and for Q it's 35. So if we add 15 plus 35 plus 9, we are going to get here 59 here. Okay, so you find out this satisfies the condition. There is no intersection. Okay, so the first question, we have already answered the first question, which is saying find the number of P intersection Q, of which there is no intersection, so it is going to be a 0. Then the last part of the question is saying find the number of P union Q. Okay, so for P union Q, we are adding what is in P and what is in Q. So it's going to be equal to 15 plus 35, and this gives us a 50. Okay, let's move on. Now we are looking at probability. Okay, probability, we are given in a test the probability that a learner gets the first question correct is 3/4. Then if the learner gets it correct, the probability of getting the second one correct is 4/5. Okay, so they are saying the last one, if the learner fails the first one, the probability of getting the second question becomes 1/4. Okay, fine. Let's see the question. Okay, the first question is saying we have to complete this tree diagram. So the probability of this first one is completed. So we are now saying if the person gets it correct, when they are going to fail, basically total probability is 1. So I can say 1 minus 4/5 there, okay, which is going to be 1/5 there. Then for this one is the same thing. Total probability is 1. So I can say 1 minus 3/5. So I'll get here a 2/5. Okay. Then the last part is this one, of which we were given the last part there that, okay, we can even say 1 minus 1/5. I can use the total probability formula and find everything there. So this is going to be 4/5 there. we have completed the tree diagram. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is saying, hence or otherwise, find the probability that the learner who answers two questions gets both correct. They are all correct. Okay, so this is the condition there. Get it correct, get it correct. So you find out the probability is going to be 3/5 times 4/5 there. That will be the answer. And you will get 3 times 4, that's 12/25. Okay, so the probability of that one is going to be, this one is going to be 12/25. Okay, let's move on to the next one. The next one is saying, hence or otherwise find the probability that the learner who answers two questions gets none of the two questions correct. None correct, it means we are saying they are all failing. Okay, they are all failing. So when they are all failing, let's go to our tree diagram. All failing is fail here, fail there. So it's going to be 2/5 times 4/5. And we'll get 2 times 2, that's an 8. 2 times 4, that's an 8/25. That's all fail. Then the last question is saying, this is the last question, right? Yes. Okay. And so otherwise find the probability that the learner who answers two questions gets only one of the question correct. So basically here we are looking either they get it wrong and fail, get it right and then fail, and then fail, then get it fails and then get it right. That's basically what we are looking at here. So you find out this is going to be, they get it right, then they fail. They fail, then they get it right. Okay, so that is the tree there that we are following. So for the first one, it's going to be 3/5 times 1/5. Okay, then this we are going to add to the other one, which is going to be 2/5 times 1/5. Okay, like that. So if we simplify this, let me go down there and simplify it on the question. So we said 3/5 times 1/5 plus 2/5 times 1/5. So this is going to be 3/25 plus 2/25. So it's going to be 5/25, which is equal to a 1/5. 5 into there, 5. So this is the probability then. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Here we are given inequalities. So when you are solving this inequality, because it is combined, you take this one first and you say 5x minus 13 is less or equal to x minus 6. Then you also take this part there and that other part and you say x minus 6 is less than 9 plus 4x. Then you solve this like that. So let's solve for the first one. This is going to be x. Okay, for this one I can take the x this side and I can take the 9 here and I have minus 6 minus 9 is less than 4x, then minus x there. So this is going to be 3x here and here minus 15. Okay, so I can divide here by 3 by 3. So I get minus 5 is less than x there. This is another one. Then on the green part there, I have 5x there. I can take this one this side and this one that side. So I'll have 5x minus x is equals to minus 6 plus 13. So this is going to be 4x is less or equal to, this is now a 7 there. So I can divide by 4 there. So my x is less or equal to 7/4 there. Now to have we are going to write it in this form that we are given here. Okay, we are given to write our answer in this form. Writing it in that form, you find out the lowest value that we have there is minus 5 there. So I can say minus 5 is less than x. Then I take this part there. The x is at the middle, so I'll have which is less or equal to 7/4. This is the answer there. Okay, let's move on. Then they're saying illustrate the answer in on a number line. So on a number line, I can say this is going to be like this. I go to minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. Okay, and this is an x there. Okay, like that. Then you find out my 7 over 4 there is the same as 1 and 3 over 4. So 1 and 3 over 4 is somewhere there. Okay, so I can have it like that, and it's going to be shaded because of that. Okay, so I can shade it like this. Okay, then for mine minus 5 is going to be like that. So this is my number line like that. Let's move on to the next question. Write down the smallest integer of x that satisfies this inequality. You find out these numbers are smallest than these ones. So the smallest of them all is minus 4. We are not taking minus 5 because it is not included. So it's going to be minus 4 there. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is saying we have got a triangle which has got a 90 degrees. And we are given the side, so I can as well draw the triangle. Let's draw the triangle with a right-angled triangle. So this might be, which is 90 degrees, this part there. And then this B, I can say this is A and this is C. AB is x plus 2, x plus 2. Then AC is 2x plus 3 there. Okay, let's see what they are asking now. Write down an expression in terms of x for sine A, C, B. Okay, so you find we want to find sine A, so we want to find this one. So sine is just sine is equal to opposite from our Chashotao over hypo. So this is going to be sine. So our sine there is going to be equal to, so our sine ACB is equal to opposite, that's x plus 2. This is our opposite there, over our hypo 2x plus 3 there. So this is the expression there. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Given that sine ACB, the one that we just calculated, is equals to that. Okay, fine. Then they want us to form an equation. So we can just say we found x plus 2 over 2x plus 3 is now equal to 9 over 16. Okay, so basically form an equation in x. Okay, so the equation, this is the equation in terms of x there. Form an equation in x. This is the equation there that we can form there. If you want, you can simplify it and say this is going to be, you close multiply, and you say 16x plus 2 is equals to 9, 2x plus 3 there. Okay, that's an equation there. Then the last part is say solve the equation now. So for us to solve the equation, we are going to say 16x, I'm just removing the brackets, plus 32 is equal to 18x plus 27 there. Okay, then we can simplify taking the x's together. I can take this x this direction and it becomes minus this 27 this side, it becomes minus. So I have 32 minus 27 is equals to 18x minus 16x there. Okay, 32 minus 27 we get a 5, which is equal to 18x minus 16 we get 2x. Then we divide by 2, our x is equal to 5 over 2 there. This is the value for our x. Let's go to the next question. Find the length of AC. Okay, so the length of AC basically here, our AC was equal to 2x plus a 3. So our x we said is 5 over 2. So we can say 2 by 5 over 2 is 2.5 there. I just want to simplify my life. So this is going to be 5. 2 times 2.5, that's 5 plus 3 there. So we get an 8. So AC basically is 8 there. Okay. Then hence calculate the length of BC. BC now. our BC, this is our B, our C, our A. Okay, so we say this is 8. Then AB was x plus 2. So this is basically becoming 4.5 there. So we want to find BC. BC, we can say BC squared is equal to 8 squared minus 4.5 squared. Okay, so our BC is equal square root of 64 minus 20.25. So we will get BC is equals to square root of 43.75, which is equal to 6.61. Okay, so this is our value for our BC there. Okay, the units were in our units were in centimeters, so they are centimeters there. Okay, so it's centimeters. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, now we are saying find the value of P, find the value of Q. Okay, so basically here we use the equation, this one, to find P and to find Q. Okay, let's do this. Finding P, we are saying for our P, we say P is equal to, our X is 1 squared here, 1 squared minus 4 by 1. Okay, this is equals to 1 minus a 4, so it's going to be minus 3. Okay, then our Q is equal to, this is our Q, we have a 5 there, 5 squared minus 4 by 5, so we get 25 minus 20, and we get a 5 there. So our Q is equals to a 5. So these are the values there, and I can as well write here minus 3 here and a 5, because we are going to draw a graph later on. Okay, so let's go on and draw the graph. Okay, definitely we're going to draw the graph. Okay, fine. Yeah, let's draw the graph. Okay, so we have the for our graph now, we have to label our axis. I think we are given, draw the graph here of that 2 centimeter to represent one unit on the x-axis, and 2 centimeter to represent, this is very, very important there. So it means on this side there, every box is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Then on the y, we are saying 2, 4, 6. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, let's do that. So our graph there, where are we coming from? We are starting from minus 2, so I can take it anywhere. Then for our y values, they've got minus 4 as the maximum. Okay, so let me just reduce this one here like that. Okay, let me reduce it like that. Okay, I hope it's going to be clear. Okay, so what are the greatest values? So let me just take it. If I take it here, the 2, 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So it makes sense there. Okay, fine. So I'm going to take it that line then for my axis, for my x-axis. So this is my x-axis. Okay. Then my y, I'm going to move minus 2. That's the highest. So I can take this one, minus 2 to 6. I can take this second line here. Okay. It's not coming out straight here. Okay, this will be my y-axis there. Okay, so labeling, this is minus 1, minus 2. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are going up to 6 there. Okay, so let me just mark the points. They are not very clear when I've reduced the size there. Then for my y, they are moving like we said, minus 2 here, minus 4. We are going up to minus 5, I think minus 6 there. Then 2, so it's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We go up to 12, 12 there. Okay, so this is the x-axis and y-axis there. Now let's draw the graph. Okay, I can zoom so that I can see the points here. Okay, The first point we've got minus 2 and 12, so it's at the top here, minus 2 and 12 here. Then the second part I've got minus 1 and 5, so minus 1 and 5 is here. Then I've got 0, 0 here. Then I've got 1 and our p was minus 3, so I have here minus 1, minus 3 there. Then I've got 2 minus 4 here. Then I've got 3 minus 3, so it's coming back here. Then I've got 4 and 0 here. Then I've got 5 and 5 there, 5 and 5. Okay, then lastly 6 and 12. Okay, so it's coming back here. Okay, like that. Then to draw the graph now, you can take from here going that, then you can rotate and take it from here, sort of from here going that direction. Let's do it. Okay, so it's going to be like that. There we go. Then we have got like that, there, like that. Okay, so this is our graph, guys. Next question, so we also label this is y is equals to x squared minus 4x. Okay, like that. We should always label our graphs. The next question is saying, on the same grid, draw the graph of y is equals to 3 minus. So for this one, I can just say x, y, then I say my zeros there, 0. For this one, also a 0. So when x is 0, y is 3. When y is 0, x is 3 there. Okay, so it's 3, 3, 3. Okay, so when x is 0, let me take a different color. When x is 0, this is the line, it's going to be 3 there. When y is 0, it's this way. So drawing that one, there is going to be a straight line passing through these points here. So I can, let me see if I can make it right here. I don't have a ruler. Almost, it was almost. Okay, so this is now it's almost perfect. So this is our equation of y is equals to 3 minus y is equals to 3 minus x, like that. Okay, let's go to the other question. Use the graph to solve the equation. Basically, when we have something like this, this is our y, which was our first. This is another y, which is our second. So basically, where they meet, that's where we find the values there. Okay, so where they are going to meet, let me just expand it a little bit. So where they are meeting is this point here and also this point. So you take it down and find the value that is corresponding there. You find out for my x there is going to be minus, this is going to be minus 0.8 there. Okay, it's before minus 1. Then the other point here, which is above 3 there, is this is more like, I think this is 3.8, guys. Okay, it's before 4. So our values are going to be, we can say our values are equal to minus 0.8 and 3.8. So normally they will give you a plus or minus 1. If you say 0.9 here, 3.9 there, you still get it. Then the last part of the question is saying find the equation of the line of symmetry of y. Okay, basically we want to find the half there. So you find out the equation is at the center there where we are halving. Basically this is half, this side is half, this side is half. So we can say our equation is x is equals to a 2 there. This line is x is equals to 2. So that is the equation there. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Oh, we are done with our graph. Let's see. This question is saying we are given this ABC diagram, and AB is 26, BD 24, AB is equals to 40, 40. Okay, fine. Then we are also given angle ADB, which is 30. So the first thing they are asking us about is calculate the area of triangle ABD. Okay, so we are looking for this triangle, the area of this triangle there. So it's going to be, we can use half AB sine C formula. So our A can be this one, our B can this one, and this becomes our sine C there. Okay, so using that information, we can say it's half A, we said 24 times B, 26 times sine 40 degrees there. Okay, let's see what do we get here. 2 here, 12. So I'm going to get here 205 centimeters squared. Okay, this is the area that I'm getting. Let's go to the next question. Length of AD. Length of AD. AD, where is my AD? Okay, this length here. AD. Okay, you find out I've got two sides and I've got an angle. So I can use cosine rule. Let's use cosine rule. Okay, so cosine rule, it says a squared is equals to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. So our cos a is our 40 degrees there. Okay, so the a and b there are this is going to be my a, this is my b, and this is my c there, my cos a there. Okay, so let's use that information there. So I can say AD squared is equal to 24 squared plus 26 squared minus 2 times, let me just use brackets here, 2 times 24 times 26 times cos 40 degrees. Okay, so this is going to be, if I add here, I get 1252 minus here 1248 cos 40 degrees. Okay, so this is going to be, let me punch in, this is going to be giving me 956. Okay, so at the end of the day, AD is going to be square root of 295. So AD is equal to 17.175. So we can write A as 17.2 centimeters. That's the area there. Okay, that's the length, sorry. Let's move on to the next question. We want to find the length of BC. BC. Okay, let's go and see where is our BC. Okay, I can as well draw it for you guys here. So we had there, this was something like this, our D, our B, and our C there. And this was 30 degrees, and this was 40 degrees there. Okay, and we had 24 there. So we want to find BC. You find out, I can use triangle and say this angle is going to be 180 minus 30 minus 40, so it's 110 there degrees. Okay, so with that information, I can find BC using, I can use sine rule. Let's use sine rule. I can say A over sine A is equals to B over sine B there. Okay, so my A is BC. This is my A. So it's going to be BC over sine. The angle is 30 there, sine 30, this one. That's the opposite, sine 30. Is equal to my B. I'm using the 24 and the 110 degrees there. So it's going to be 24 over sine 110 degrees. So I can make B the subject of formula and have BC is equals to 24 times sine 30 degrees all over sine 110 degrees. I've multiplied everything by that. Okay, so simplifying, I get 25 times 0.5 over 0.9396 there. Okay, dividing, I'll get my BC is equal to 12.8 centimeters. I was getting 12.77. So I said, since the other one I used it to one decimal, I can as well do this one. Now they are saying find the shortest distance from C to BD. I can use this diagram. So what we are looking for is this. This is 90, the shortest distance. Okay, so we can call it X then. Okay, so we can as well use cosine rule. Okay. So we can say, remember we have calculated here to be 12.77. So we can now use this same small triangle. Let me draw it here. The triangle we are using is this small one, right angle there. Here I've got 40 degrees, 12.8 here. Okay, this is my C here, this is my B here. Okay, so I want X here. So we can use sine rule and say X over sine 40 degrees is equal to BC, which is 12.8 over sine 90 degrees. Sine 90 degrees is 1, guys. So I can say X is equals to 12.8 times sine 40 degrees over 1, because we said it's 1 there. So X is equals to basically 12.8 times sine 40, we get 8.2 centimeters. Okay, let's move on. Oh, that was the last part of it. We are now looking at this question. Okay, so it's saying here, the table shows that we have got 42 learners, the height of 42 learners. This is very important. That's our N there. Okay, then we are given that information. So the first question is saying, state the model class. The model class is the one that has got more students. So the class you find out is this one. We can just write 165 less H less than equal to 818 then. That's the class, because they say class. If they said model, only model, that's when we're going to say it's 18. Okay, that's the difference. Let's move on to the next one. Class that contains the median height. Median height. So median is half. So for you to get half, normally we say 42. Okay, let me just start it from this. We say n plus 1 over 2. That's how we do it. So it's going to be 42 plus 1 over 2. We get 21.5. So it's going to be 21.5, the term. That's the term. Let's go and see where is that term. If I say 5 plus 9, I'm getting 14. Plus 18, I'm getting plus 18. I think I'm getting like 32 there. So you find out 21.5, the term lies in there. So we are also taking this as our answer there. Okay, let's write that as our answer. So this is also going to be, they said class, so it's going to be also the same 165 less H less 180 there. Okay. Then the other part is saying class that contains the lower quartile. Lower quartile, that's our Q1, is equals to 1 over 4, n plus 1, like that. So this is equals to 1 over 4, n 42 plus 1. You find out when we do this, we get 10.75, the term. Okay, so where do we have 10.75, the term? You find out if I add 5 plus 9, I'm getting 14. So 10th is within this. Okay, so I can say for this one, you find out it's going to be in this it's going to be in this class here, this one. Okay, so we can say our answer for that one is, because they said also class, so it's going to be 160 less H less 165. Let's go to the next one. Calculate an estimate of the mean height. So basically we are looking for the mean. So when we have such data, how we calculate our mean is very, very important. You find out our mean, we have to find the median of the class here. The center of this class, 150. So you'll be like saying 160 plus 150, then you divide by 2. 150 plus 160, then you divide by 2. You will get yourself here 155. You do the same for this one, you'll get 162.5. For this one, 172.5. And for the last one, 185. Then you are going to say 155 times 5, the frequency, plus 162 times 9. Okay, let me write it down so that we do it together. So we are saying 155 times 5 plus 162.5 times 9 plus 172.5 times 18 plus 185 times 10. Okay, and this is all going to be divided by the number of students, which was 42. Okay, so this will give us 775 plus 1462.5 plus 3105 plus 1850 all over 42 there, and I add, I'm getting 192.5 over 42. So my mean is 171.25. This is my mean. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, so the last question is saying 2 learners are chosen at random from the group. Find the probability that both have heights that are more than, so it's going to be more than 160 but less than or equal to 180 there. Okay, so that is very, very important. So the first learner we can say is more than 160, then the other one is less than there. So let's go and see where do we have those. Okay, more than. Okay, let's see from our question. More than one, let me just check my question here. Okay. Okay, more than 160. So more than 160 is going to be here. Then, yes, it's going to be there. Okay. More than 160 is going to be here. Then the other one is saying less than. Okay, so more than, I'm having 9 here. Then less than 180, so I've got this one. So you find that I've got 9 plus 18 there. Okay, let's use that information. So if I say 9 plus 18, I'm getting 27 there. Okay, so I can say 27 over 42, that's for the first learner, times the second learner with less 1, because we have already one learner there. So it's going to be 26 over 41. The total here changes minus 1. We just said minus 1 there. Okay, that's how we have done it. So let's multiply and see what do we get there. If we multiply, I'm getting 117 over 287 there. Okay, or else you can divide and write it as a decimal number. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, they want us to draw now this information. Okay, so for us to draw, we can use the we are going to use the frequency density, and we also use the height. So you find out on the left side here we say frequency density, and then on the bottom we are going to say our height. So I can say height here, and our height is in centimeters. Okay, so we are moving from, for our frequency is starting from 0.5 to 1 to 1.8. That's the highest. So I can take here, are we given scale? Let's check if we are given scale for this question here. Okay, we are given scale. 2 centimeters to 5 units for the height, and then 2 centimeters to 0.5 for the frequency density there. Okay, so I'm going to be saying for the frequency density, I'm going to say 0.5, 1. So I can as well even just write it as, this is my 1, my 2, my 3 there. Okay, I know in between there is 0.5, I can do that. Then on the on my height, I'm saying 2 centimeters 5. So I can say we are starting from 150. I can as well start here, 150 there. Normally I would love to do this and start here and say 150. Then I say 155, 160, 165, 170, 175, 180, 185, 190 there. Okay, so the first one we have 0.5 is starting from, let me just zoom in here. 0.5 is starting, it's 0.5, it's in here, it's starting from 150 to 160. So it's here, it's going to be like this to here, like that. Okay. Then the second one is from 160, it's 1.8 to 165. 165 is this one. Then it's 1.8, 1.8, this is 1.5. So 1.8 is here. Okay. It's here. Okay, so that's the diagram there. Then the other one is 1.2 from 165 to 180. It's 1.2. 1.2 is here to 180. So it's going again 180 like there. Okay, like that. Then the last one is 180 to 190 and it's 1. So it's like this. Okay. So this is how you draw this graph. Now let's go to number 11. Okay. Now on number 11, we are given that the diagram shows the cross-section of a garden shed. The cross-section ABCDE is made up of a rectangle measuring 2 by 2 by 2.2 meters, and then an isosceles triangle which has got 0.6 perpendicular height and 2 base there. Okay, so basically what it means is 2 here, 2.2 here. Okay, like that. Okay, fine. Let's have that information and go on. Calculate the area of the cross section. Okay, so area of the cross section, basically we've got a rectangle and a triangle. So my triangle, I can say my base is 2 there. Okay, so I'm going to say my area is going to be, area is equals to area of a rectangle, plus area of a triangle. Okay, so my area for rectangle is length times width plus area of my triangle, half base times height. Okay, so my length is 2 times height times width there, which is 2.2 for my rectangle, plus half base 2 times height 0.6. Let's simplify that. So here I'll get 2 times 2.4, I get 4.4 here, plus half there, so I'm going to get plus 0.6. So the total area is going to be 4.6 plus 0.6, which is 5 meters squared. So that's the area there. Let's go to the next question. The next question is saying, if the shed is 3 meters long, calculate the volume. So basically we are saying if we have this as our shade here like that, it is going to go this far there as 3 meters. Okay, so what is the volume? Basically volume is equal to area times length there. Okay, so it's going to be 5 times 3. So it's going to be 15 meters cubed. That's our answer there for our volume. Let's move on to the next question. We are now given that 23 meters cubed of the surface area of the shed need to be painted, and that 1 tin of paint contains. Okay, so basically for our shed, this is our shed here. We have this roof here. Okay, so the roof is the one that needs to be painted, this one. And you find out we have got it this side, and we also have another roof that other side there, the one that I'm cross drawing there. So we have to find the area of this side. Let me highlight this side here, then we multiply by 2 for the other one, that other side there. Okay, are we together? Fine. So the cross-sectional area, remember, our length is 3 meters there. Then our slant height, we don't know its side there. Okay, so we have to find the slant height there. Okay, so let's find our slant height. Our slant height is going to become, remember we had a triangle at the center, it's 0.6 there, and then 2 on the bottom, so it's 1 there. So the slant height is going to become I can say slant squared is equals to 0.6 squared plus 1 squared. So the slant is going to be 1.3, square root of 1.3, so it's going to be equal to 1.166 meters. So we can say the slant side is 1.17 there. So the area will become, so the area is now going to become, area is equal to now 1.166 times the length, which is 3. Then remember there are 2 sides, so I can as well say times 2. When I multiply there, I'll get 6.996 meters squared. So this is the area that I'm getting there. Okay, fine. Now, let's see, the question is saying, I'm answering a different question here. This question was asking us if we have it is given that the total surface area is 23 there, of the top there. What is the one paint contain this one? Okay, fine. We were answering something totally different. Fine. But I think we are going to use this information, so I'll not rub it. So basically, to answer this one, that's why it has got 2 marks. To answer this one, we are just going to say 23. To get the number of teens, 23 divided by 4.5, I will get 5.111. And we don't have a 111 there, so basically we will buy 6 teens. Okay, that was the question. Now let's go to the last part. I've answered this part. DE, we said DE is 1.166, which you said you can write it as 1.17 meters there. Okay, that's the slant height. DE is the slant height. This is the slant slope height, okay, the slant height there. Okay, let's move on. The last part of the question is saying the sloping roof is to be covered by roofing material, which is going to cost 6.4 per meter square. Okay, and we had calculated the area to be, our area was 6.996 meters squared. This was the area of the sloping roof, and we are saying 1 square meter is costing this. So for this one, we are saying it's going to be more. So basically, when it's going to be more, we can say, because we are using ratio, 1 square meter is $6.40, 6.40. Then if we have 6.996 meters squared, it's going to be more. So we can say 6.996 over 1 times the money, $6.40 there. You will get your answer as $44.77 there. Okay, let's move on to the next question. My bad for that other question. Okay, here we are having vectors. So the first part is saying simplify u minus 3v. So we are just saying u is 3, 9, minus 3, 1 there. Okay, this is our v and the 3 there. So this is going to be, let's remove the 3 there. It's going to be 3, 9. Minus, we input our 3 there, it's going to be minus 9 there and the 3 there. Now let's subtract and add 3 minus 9 is going to be 3 plus 9. So we get a 12 there. Then the other one is 9 minus 3, we get a 6. So we are getting this is our answer. Okay, now we move on to the next question. The next question is saying find the modulus of that. So basically when it says modulus, basically we are looking for the square root. Okay, so we can say this is equal to square root of 12 squared plus 6 squared. Okay, 12 squared is 144 plus 36. Okay, so 144 plus 36, we are going to get 180 there. So basically we are looking for square root of 180. Okay, so square root of 180, we get square root of 180, we are getting 13.41, or else you can leave it like that depending on the answer. Okay, it's still correct. Now we are on a vector then. Okay, we have this diagram. OA is equals to P, AB is equals to Q, and M is the midpoint of AB. That is very, very important there. Then OB is produced by C, is produced to C, such that OB is equals to BC. Okay, that's why we have this. Okay, then the last part, okay, now it's a question. Express the following in terms of P and Q. Let's see the following. We want to find OC. OC, where is our OC? OC is this one, like that. You find out, for us to go to OC, I can use OB. Okay, I'm going to use OB, this OB there, because we said OB is equal to BC. How do I get OB? So I'm saying OC is equals to 2 times OB. Okay, like that. So my OC is going to be 2. OB, we find OB by going OA and AB there. So it's going to be 2 by P plus Q. So my answer is 2P plus 2Q. Or this one is also correct. So that's our OC. Let's write our OC here. Is equals to 2P plus 2Q. Okay, let's go to the next question. OM. Let's see, how do we get OM? Okay, OM is the midpoint. So OM, we are moving from O there to half there. So this is half here, this is half there. So how do I move from O to M? I move OA and then half of AB there. So our OM is going to be equal to OA plus half AB. Okay, so it's going to be P plus half of Q. Okay, so this is our answer. Let's write our answer there. It's going to be equal to OM P plus half Q. Okay, like that. This is our answer. Let's see. We now want to find AC. Okay, how do we get AC? Okay, you find out AC. Let's go to our diagram, AC. So the diagram is very, very, very important, so that you see the route that you are moving. Okay, we are looking for AC. Okay, A to C. So we are looking for this distance here, A to C. For me to go to AC, I can go via AB and BC. So it's going to be AB plus BC. Okay, of which my BC is the same as OB. Okay, so I can say this is AB plus OB. Okay, so AB is a Q plus OB. We have calculated OB and we said we can even use it here. OB is going here and going this direction. So it's going to be a P plus a Q. So at the end of the day, we get 2Q, this one and this one, plus a P. So that's our AC. Let's write our AC is equal to 2Q plus a P there. Okay. That's our vector there. Let's see the next question. Let me rub off this part here so that we can still use our diagram there. Okay. So the next question is telling us that OM is produced to a point T, which is not on the diagram, such that OT is equals to KOM. So we want to find OT. So basically here I can say OT is equal to KOM. OM, we have calculated OM and we said it's P plus half Q. So we can just say this is going to be K P plus half Q. Okay, so if I want, I can remove the K and say this is KP plus half KQ. Okay, that's my OT there. Let's go to the next part of the question. If point T is on AC and is such that AT is equals to H is equals to HAC, form and simplify another expression in terms of OT. Okay, so you find out, let me go to our diagram and show you. We had OAC and we are saying OT is going to be like at the center of this one. This will be our T like that. Okay, so for us to get OT, we move from OA, then we have HAT here. We have HAT here. That's the relationship that we're given. So we can say OT is equals to OA plus HAC. Okay, so let's simplify that expression. Let me go to my diagram, to my space there that I'm given, so that I won't have to rewrite it again. Okay, so it's going to be OT is equals to OA plus HAC. So it's going to be OA, we said is P, plus HAC, we calculated AC as 2Q plus P. Okay, so let's just write here 2Q plus P. Okay, so simplifying, we get here a P plus 2HQ plus a PH here. Okay, so basically we get 1 plus H here, P plus 2HQ. So this is our OT here, like that. Okay, now we are moving to a question where we have to find the value of K and the value of H. So for me to do that, I'm going to rewrite the equation of OT that we calculated earlier on, this one here. Let me rewrite it down here. So it's OT is equal to K, it's KP plus half KQ. Okay, so these are the two equations that we have there. So when we have these equations, we have to equate the magnitudes of these vectors. So you find out P is our vector there. So we equate the values that are corresponding to P. So I can say 1 plus H, I can say here 1 plus H is equal to a K. That's one equation. Then another one in terms of Q, I've got Q here and Q. So I will equate these values here. So I can say the other one 2, for the other one I'm saying I've got 2H is equal to half K. Okay, so these are the equations that I have formed, these two equations. So I can make K here the subject of formula there. Let me just multiply here by 2 over 1 by 2 over 1. So I'll have K is equal to a 4H. And I can substitute it there and say 1 plus H is equals to 4H. Okay, then I can take this side and it becomes a negative, and I'll have 1 is equals to 4H minus H. So my 1 is equals to 3H here. So divide by 3, you find out our H is equals to 1 over 3. So we can say here h is equals to 1 over 3. With our h is being half over 3, we can now find the value of our k here. Okay, so we can say k is equal to 4 times h, which is half 1 over 3. 1 over 3, 1 over 3. So we get our k as 4 over a 3 there. So our k is equal to 4 over a 3. Okay, let's move on to the next question. The next question is asking us to find the ratio between these two vectors there. Okay, the vectors are mt and ot. Okay, let me rewrite an ot and also find an mt equation vector there. So I can now rewrite and say ot, since we now have the values of h and k, is equal to, using k, p plus half kq there. It's going to be 4 over 3p plus half k, 4 over 3q there. Okay, so I'll get a 4 over 3p plus a 2 over 3q there. So this is my ot there. Let me find my mt. Mt is equal to, let's go to our diagram. M to t. You find out m to t is this direction, m to t here. So for me to move from m to t, I can say mt is equal to ma plus at. Okay, so let's find out the value there. Okay, so it's going to be our ma, we calculated our am. I think we have our ma there. We have calculated, let me go, ma. Okay, basically ma is half of the q there. We have not calculated, it's goes to half of q. Then plus at is 80 we were given, is h, at is h, 2q plus a p. Okay, like that. So let's simplify that expression. Let me come and simplify this side. We said mt is equals to half q plus h, 2q plus p. Okay, our h, we calculated our h and we said our h is 1 over 3. So I can say this is half q plus h, 1 over 3, okay, by 2q plus a p there. Okay, so let me remove the brackets. This is 1/2 q plus, this is going to be 2 over 3q plus 1 over 3p. Okay, simplifying the q's together and the p's together. For the q's here, I can get myself here, if I add, I'll have a common denominator of 6 here, and this will be like a 3q plus a 4q here, plus a 1 over 3p. Okay, so I'll get, this is going to give me 7 over 6q, 7 over 6q plus 1 over 3p. Okay, so let me write m here at the top. So mt is equal to 7 over 6q plus 1 over 3p. Okay, let me rub off this last part so that I can finish working here. To now get the ratio, you can as well say this is mt over ot. Okay, ot here. So mt you can take now, if I want, I can take the p's there. I can take the p here, the p here. So I'll take the values of p. 4 over 3, so I can say 4 over 3 is going to be divided by 1 over 3 there, 1 over 3. So this is going to be 4 over 3 times 3 over 1. Okay, like that. Okay. So when I have it like this, I can get my 3's are going to be dividing like that. So at the end of the day, my ratio is going to be 1:4 there. Okay, or 4:1. So that will be the ratio there. Otherwise, we are done, guys. Please remember to subscribe on our YouTube channel and share with your colleagues. Bye-bye.